You told people to stop taking fentanyl and go back to crack.
Crack. Fentanyl killing all the junkies who been junkies. I'm talking about this killing the junkies who been junkies for forever. Soon as they hit it, they dead. Crackhead, this nigga shoot threes, this nigga shoot basketball, run 100 miles, this nigga fix your car motor, this motherfucker still running around the neighborhood. When have you ever heard crackheads hitting the pipe and dying the first time?
Never.
Never. This fentanyl shit is different. I would much rather crack. I would much rather. I've been seeing my crackhead people for 30 years. This nigga hit fentanyl 2 times. He's gone. You never see him again.
Had like 2 overdoses at the same day. Like, and it's multiple people. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that you're getting, one thing, and you getting fentanyl.
Yep.
And it's killing you right then.
1, 2 times, and you're gone.
I mean, it happened to how many people? I mean, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's exempt. Yeah.
Everybody's just exactly. When it comes to drugs, you don't know what you're getting unless you're an actual pharmacist. Like it's.
Thank you for watching We Are Black Press. Please remember to hit like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm your girl Trish.
I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are
Black Press. If this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and hit the like button. If you hear anything that you enjoy listening to, go ahead and comment. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. You'll probably tell me I'm right.
Tell me I'm right.
And go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the share and notifications. So we're gonna get right into it. So have you heard about what's been going on with Kodak Black?
I have heard a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot.
Apparently he was on Drink Champs, and well, for one, he's always been almost inaudible. Like you got to focus to listen to understand what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people say it's because it's like drugs and all this other stuff. But he was on Drink Champs, and it was looking kind of rough. So here it is right here.
Gremlin.
Yeah.
What made you name it that, and what made you make that record?
I ain't gonna lie, I was in the studio and I was just going off, right? And then like the first bar that came to my mind, like when it came to that part, I knew perfect, but I still ate it because I'm gremlin. I really ain't want to say that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like that was the first thing that came to mind.
You didn't want to say gremlin?
I didn't want to say I knew the perk was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin. But that shit was just hard as shit though. I just knew what that bitch was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to say that shit though. I ain't want to say that shit. Cause my dog Sosa and shit, he be telling me like, fam, like, motherfucker look up to you at like, nothing, like, you up around what you call it, and that motherfucker gonna
do that shit.
The chances I get even like performing that whole shit, like I start the mic and basically on shit like, man, fam, like I ain't on that bullshit. Like, please don't take that, yeah. Try to like do no shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that
man.
was rough. And
it
then
was.
there's a little bit more. A little bit more. But wait, there's more.
Kanye West or Pharrell?
I fuck with Pharrell. I ain't gonna lie, but doing some shit I call Pharrell and talk about anything, and I like that boy about anything.
Right.
I fuck with him.
So you going with Pharrell?
Like Kanye Gemini gang.
So it's both? We drinking.
And Kanye, like I feel like I could be his mentor or something.
So this is the problem. The problem is what he was saying in the first piece, though.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is people, especially the youth, actually look up to him.
Yeah.
And that's who they want to be. But you know what? We're getting this video ready to watch, and do you realize how much Kodak Black seems just like Flavor Flav?
Yeah, he's very similar. But you know the
It's
crazy
like
thing
look at
is,
Flavor Flav, and that's who Kodak Black gonna be if he
when he get
survives.
older,
When he get older, yeah,
if he gets
survives.
older. Alright. I didn't mean to say it like that. But he's because I grew up in New York.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Florida, that's how everybody sounded to me.
Mm-hmm.
They had this country draw. I'm like,
Nah, it ain't that bad now.
it is bad. He sounds like Young Miami. And when she's talking, it's like, huh? Yeah.
I feel like Young Miami do it on purpose though. Cause ain't she college educated?
Yeah, she come from Miami though.
I feel like she do it on purpose.
You think so?
Like she know it's what's popping, so that's what she do.
people like. It's
Yeah.
like Kim Kardashian when she does the that draw that she did. Not draw, but the California
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
you know,
vocal
in all
fry,
this time,
vocal
I don't
fry.
think I've actually like heard Kim Kardashian say more than like a snippet of me like walking out the room or something. I don't think I've ever actually like listened to her speak. It's always
vocal
been like a
fry.
little
Oh
snip.
my gosh.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
So kids look up to him, and this is what they see. They all they hear is drugs, and we're wondering why there's so many overdoses nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, first, it's always with the mollies and the rolling, and it started with that, and now it's just like everything is drugs, high, and sex.
Mm-hmm.
So we're wondering why the reading and math is going down across the education board in America
Yeah.
because nobody's actually speaking legibly
Teaching these
anymore.
kids.
Like, you don't understand it. But so he had to address in his own way on IG Live. You saw it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna play it in.
Of course, look, when it come out to me, y'all don't go off no internet theories like when you when it come to like judging me or getting y'all impression before y'all make a like I'm saying y'all idea or whatever, make up y'all mind on how y'all what you calling it. Don't just go off. Even you ever heard somebody say like believe nothing you hear and like half of what you see too, cause looks could be deceiving. Especially when it comes to that. On top of the Gemini, it's me just already. And then on top of that,
Hey, your birthday,
it's 11.
yeah.
Say you are speaking at a regular pace. You haven't had any drugs today. Dog. That part.
That was vibing. Yeah, vibing.
They're talking about that drink challenge. And then, but it's all drink challenge. And so, I have my little shot or two. Nothing too much. That happened like a little shot or two. Other than that, this me. I come as like, no, I don't drink. If I say, hold on, you drink now? I don't drink. I say I was at a call drink challenge, so I had like a little shot or two. Nothing too major. Other than that, like, bitch, you got nothing to do with no excuses for nothing. Like, bitch, I come as I am.
See, now this is the thing. Well, I've said it before. When we don't want to take accountability for our actions, we'll say something like, "Oh, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Leo, I'm a Taurus, so I'm just naturally bullheaded. So, I'm already stubborn. You just gotta take me as I am." But then he played. First, he did the role that we all do. It's like, okay, first say, don't believe everything you hear about me.
Yeah.
Don't believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Even though you see me on TV or on IG or on this podcast, and I sound like I'm incoherent because I've been rolling or I've been on drugs, but don't believe that part. And then we switched to, okay, if you're gonna believe it, then just remember I'm a Gemini, right? You see the process that he did in that one little minute, and then okay, even if you don't want to accept that, I am who I am, so that's just what it is.
Yeah.
He went through that whole process in that 1 minute of video. because that's what we naturally want to do. Instead of just accepting it and saying, you know what, I was messed up, I need to change, da 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 da. I'd recognize people are seeing me as a role model and they're wanting to be like me. I mean, it's so many kids nowadays with their hair grown out, and it's one thing to love your crown and another thing to just follow a trend because you wanted to look like everybody else and talk like everybody else. It's ridiculous, but I hope he gets some help because if not, he gonna be hopefully, prayerfully, he get help before he end up like all these other people who have been ODing, and I'm even seeing it on like military bases now. Like Fort Stewart in Georgia is like had like 2 overdoses at the same day, like, and it's multiple people exactly thinking that you're getting, you know, one thing, and you getting fentanyl, and it's killing you right then.
You told people to stop taking fentanyl and go back to crack.
Crack. Fentanyl killing all the junkies who been junkies. I'm talking about it's killing the junkies who been junkies for forever. Soon as they hit it, they dead. Crackhead, this nigga shoot threes, this nigga shoot basketball, run 100 miles, this nigga fix your car motor, this motherfucker still running around the neighborhood. When have you ever heard crackheads hitting the pipe and dying the first time?
Never.
Never. This fentanyl shit is different. I would much rather crack. I would much rather. I've been seeing my crackhead people for 30 years. This nigga hit fentanyl 2 times. He's gone. You never see him again.
I mean, it happened to how many people? I mean, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Nobody's exempt. Yeah.
Everybody's just exactly. When it comes to drugs, you don't know what you're getting unless you're an actual pharmacist like yourself. You don't know what you're getting. So I hope he gets some help. And then it was the whole thing about Ray J. He was talking about how when he took him to the Mar-a-Lago, and he was acting up, and he responded to that. But somebody was like, when Ray J tell you need help, you need help. But he saw it with Whitney. So it's real tough. But I just wish he gets some help and then express how what you're doing is wrong, at least, so the kids don't be trying to follow that. It's ridiculous, and we wonder why, like I said, why our grades are low, why our reading and math is low, because our kids want to sound like this.
But you know, like when people do drugs, it messes up their cognitive abilities.
Yeah.
So even though he's like doing drugs,
somebody in his crew need to say something then.
Yeah, somebody gotta like pull him out of it before it gets too far.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he gets some help. Yeah, please get some help, and don't let him go back on anybody's podcast until he do.
Or
please.
Live.
help him, please. Help him. So, next up, what do we have next up? Oh,
basketball.
So, yeah, basketball wise, all that drama. But the former NBA player, have you seen that video where the former NBA player's wife, former NBA player Joe Smith, his wife, matter of fact, I'm going to let you see what happened.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, that's fucked up.
Wait, no, calm. But you're not gonna say fuck me, or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look, so I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you? My choice, my body, my fucking choice.
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution.
First of all, my body, my choice. I've said it before. This is how we in the black community use my body, my choice. It's not just about me going and getting my medical help. It's me doing whatever I want. And that's what the black woman means when she says my body, my choice.
You think she should have? Well, she's married, so she really don't have no business.
I just wanted to put that part in there so we understand when the black woman says "my body, my choice," she means I should be able to do
Some
everything,
of them, not all
everything without consequence, without being held accountable, without being shamed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I am. You can't tell me nothing.
Not in my book. That's
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
yeah,
we
before,
met, yeah,
and
I
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything like
knew
this
that
again.
beforehand,
But
but
unfortunately,
no.
that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously, it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do
Obviously,
something.
it hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right, then. But now, okay,
No,
so wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
Okay.
Basically.
And so?
The insanity.
Whatever. I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
Period. She doing what she gotta do.
It sounds like
period.
somebody pulling their weight.
Huh?
One. And then
right.
One, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then two, you can't turn a streetwalker into a barefoot.
I don't think it has nothing to do with that.
She told him. She said, "You know what I was like before we was married."
Yeah.
So obviously she was already out there,
right? And then she'll revert back to it if she has to. I don't think it's got anything to do with. I mean, it obviously from her perspective, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my issue is, it reminded me of what we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you want a man that's the provider that can do 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where's the loyalty at because he's retired, maybe the income started getting a little low. Where's the loyalty at when the income started getting low? It seems like her, and I'm pretty sure there's other women out there whose loyalty only goes as far as his bank account does.
Mm-hmm.
And when his bank account gets low and she wants the things that she wants, she's going to do what she wants to do in order to meet her expectations or what she believes she needs. We're not willing to struggle for the sake of our partner. We're not willing to reduce our capabilities or our expenses. We just want, okay, you can't do it. I'm going to get it myself. That's what I was saying yesterday about women not wanting to make it or not wanting to be the at-home wife.
Yeah.
Because if I want what I want, I'm going to go get it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be what she wanted. Maybe she was, and I'm just playing advocate right here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be what she wanted. Maybe she did it to help the family.
I think that's possible.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, they're an older couple, so they shouldn't have any children or anything like that.
And then on top
of
that,
you should be able to adjust to your income. But just playing the advocate, maybe they're already accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
Right.
He's retired. He can't meet up or match to that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a deficit in their income. So she's trying to find ways of pulling that money. She says she had multiple positions, multiple jobs, but it's still not doing what it used to do before.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying to figure out what's the most equitable way to bring in revenue in their house.
Right. So
and she chose OnlyFans.
So but the fact that she tried to figure it out instead of they tried to figure it out, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well,
she was willing to depend on him when he was bringing in the money. When he was taking care of 100%, and she had everything that she wanted. Okay, I'll depend on you. But when things get low or I have needs that aren't being met, I'm gonna go ahead and do it without you.
Yeah.
She was one foot out the door. It seems like she got one foot out the door.
But then again, we don't know like their
You don't-
lifestyle, what goes in the house, because maybe she handled the maybe he brought the money in and she handled the finances and put it in A, B, C, and D.
Well, yeah, and all that
So-
can be true, and she's still super wrong because of the fact that she didn't communicate anything.
Yeah, of course.
If you're
she
handling all the
definitely-
thing, and his money is the one that's feeding the household,
Mhm.
and then the money is low, you should be wondering, hey, you should be talking to him like, hey, the money that you were bringing in is not meeting the bills anymore.
Yeah.
So we need to discuss this, but there is no discussion.
Yeah.
So whether or not she was doing it,
Mhm.
or to say that we could say that we don't know what the dynamics was,
Yeah.
but the fact is, the video itself, the fact that she would put him on live
Mhm.
and talk about it like this is indicative of the fact that she is way out of pocket when it comes to their relationship.
Yeah, in that respect, she definitely emasculated him.
Yeah.
So, and she did that on purpose because she was like, okay,
Exactly.
what are you going to do?
Exactly. That reminds me
So-
of one of our first videos when we first started the podcast, was the one where the man found out that his girlfriend and that his son wasn't his son. And
Yeah.
he found it out by looking through her messages because he overheard her telling her friends that he didn't know. And then when he finally, addressed it, she was like, "And what are you gonna do now?" And he was like, "Y'all gotta go."
Yeah.
She didn't think he was gonna say that.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, if I was him, I'd be like, "Look, you gotta go."
Mm-hmm.
That's that Devon Franklin and Jeezy moment where, okay, you want to follow your path, go ahead,
Yeah.
do that by yourself.
Because at some point, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you say, "And okay, you can pack your stuff." That's what you can do.
It's your
And
OnlyFans.
yeah,
Let your OnlyFans help you.
but it might be worse if she leave and she making more money. If she
Well,
leave and she making more money,
That would happen.
you're gonna have to
'cause-
suck that up, bruh.
Yep, that
I'll
would
just
happen.
tell you.
Would you support the OnlyFans?
No.
No.
No. Would you? Would
If
you do
The
it?
table was a certain. Would I do it?
Yeah.
I don't know what they do on OnlyFans. I've never
They
been
do
on
whatever
there.
they want. That's what they,
Showing feet,
Yeah.
hands, some weird stuff.
whatever they're comfortable with.
I mean,
That's what I've seen some people talk about on podcasts. Like, oh yeah, I just show my hands, or I saw something where a girl is literally just laying down sleep, and the camera's just facing her bed, and
That's
people
creepy.
pay to watch her sleep. Like,
So
people are weird.
you wouldn't accept OnlyFans,
No,
even doing something like that's not.
nope. You know why?
Why?
Because what if we go to a cookout and somebody be like, "I know you.
I follow you.
How I'm supposed to? What I'm supposed to do? Oh, well, thank you for supporting our household." What?
But what if it's not even that deep? Like, what if it's just like, because I dance.
If you doing
but
anything on camera,
not exotic. Not exotic.
see, now you got to do a whole explanation. Like, we gonna have to plug in a video of you dancing for doing praise and worship service. Otherwise, they're not gonna believe you. They gonna think you dance for real.
No. So I did. What if
You
it's
have to
like?
put-
What
now
if
you
it's
gotta
like a
plug in a
page?
video of praise and worship dance.
I'll clip that in. What if it's just like a page of me dancing and
No. Unless you
it's
look,
my fans.
if you gonna be in front of the camera, this is about all you can get right here.
Oh,
This or
gosh.
a selfie photo,
But it's-
because somebody.
it's for the fans.
Okay, if it's okay for the fans,
Mm-hmm. Like I see
then
you
you
in
gotta.
motion.
It better be something other than OnlyFans. You gotta have like a. I mean, you can start a separate podcast.
Mhm.
And if you gonna dance, I
I
don't get it.
couldn't
Why
believe
would
it.
no,
That's where they're making their money at. OnlyFans.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to make money, but that don't make it right.
It don't have to be like.
That don't. I don't know. Some people, that's all they
It's
got.
just the stigma that's.
I mean, I ain't
attached
judging
to it.
nobody.
Yeah.
If that's what you do, then I mean, who am I to judge? For by the same measure that I judge others, so shall I be judged.
Mm-hmm.
And I done did a lot of crazy stuff in the past, so I ain't judging nobody.
Mm.
But yeah. Mm-mm.
So no OnlyFans.
Nah.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I tried.
You're gonna have to plug in that praise and worship dance because they're not gonna believe it. They can be like, "Oh, she a dancer." So, next up, make sure y'all hit the like button.
Yeah.
Hit the share button. Subscribe. Let's talk about this craziness. What do you think that Joe Smith should do? Should he put her out?
Mm-hmm.
Unless she making more money, should she put him out?
Are you?
What do you think about OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm. Let us know.
Let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. Next up on the docket is your girl, Betty Boo. Bim, 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 bim.
But I'm still shaking ass in a deli. With my bitch getting dirty. He like him already. He want the wall, but I just want the fatty. And I'm back in his car, I'm ready. Show him my Gucci. PJ to a million Gucci. All of my bitches like shout out to Lucy. If she back, then I'll let her seduce me. I'm the shit, I'm that bitch, I'm a spoopy.
This will not be child rated episode.
I'm not a regular artist. Go cool, and I'm just getting started. Baddies on baddies, they know how to walk. They know how to ooh. What's that pack going straight to the moon? Off the juice, I can lose. Your back, she's showing my panties. She's shaking like jelly. 100 bands of Chanel, but I'm still shaking ass in a deli. With my bitch getting daddy. He like him already. He want the walk, but I just want the funny. And I'm back in his car, I'm ready.
Seen enough. I've seen enough.
Feel dirty.
I'll take a hot shower.
A cold one.
No, not a cold one. A very hot one. That's how you get the dirt off you. Oh my God! And that's the performance.
But you
Is
know
that
what's
the
crazy?
performance?
Yes.
That's how they perform. But you know what? You can't even really. That's kind of what you would expect because their songs, the way their songs are. What else can they do but get up on stage and start shaking?
Because of the explicit lyrics.
Yeah,
in their
like
songs.
you can't perform.
You have to
Only
perform
thing you
it.
can, yeah, exactly. Only thing you can perform is, like, I mean, at least you gonna do it. If you're gonna do it like that, at least put a nice size pole up. You know, climb up, and spin yourself down. But this is my body, my choice.
That is bad.
That's her body, her choice, right?
You know, after this performance, one of her fans gave her a Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
They should
gave her a
have.
Bible.
I mean, again, with the music, and why don't they? If they gonna do it, they might as well give their fans the full show. Get like especially in like a stadium, get like a 30-foot tall pole and like climb up that mud and then spin all the way around.
That's what Beyonce
do it in slow motion.
That's what Beyonce did.
She did.
Yeah.
It was that long.
She had a pole on her. No, I don't know how long the pole was, but she had a pole on her show.
If they gonna pay to come to your show, make it like a really tall pole. Do some trapeze or something, tightrope. I don't know, because you can't do nothing but dance. I mean, what else you gonna do? Your song ain't got nothing but that.
Yeah.
Ugh. But that's what they listen to. My body, my choice, right?
Not that
Yeah.
choice. That's a bad choice.
That is my body, her choice.
And she's such a pretty girl. To be
I
out
know,
there
it's just
like that. It's so sad.
But this is
tragic.
I mean, how many times do we have to say it's the music before people actually listen to it? I was debating, well, not really debating, because it was a couple days before I seen the comment. But somebody was like, "Oh, how do you know what kind of music I listen to?" And just like, "Oh, I can watch I can listen to what I want." Yes, you can. That's my point. The point is we listen to what we want to, and then complain about the community when we're feeding this very same music that we know is harmful to us and our children.
Yeah,
we're spoon feeding it to us every day. And we it's not the industry. The industry can't make
the people.
Exactly.
It's people.
We're doing what we like, listening to what
We
we
are
like.
the people of the United States.
The industry can't make you listen to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep telling yourself that story if you want to. All right, up next is so, and this will be the last thing we talk about for the night.
Yeah.
Or today, but so a lot of people say, and I've said before that therapists, when women go to couples therapy, the only way that they actually listen to the therapist is if the therapist is telling them what they want to hear. Like if the therapist is on their side, they're all down for it. But when the therapist starts telling a woman what she needs to change, that's when things go south.
Couples therapy is really hard.
Yeah, because it forces you to admit where you are falling short at.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, that's why, honestly, I believe that's why a lot of men don't go, because we don't want to be told where we're falling short at. But women will go, but then when it comes to couples therapy, and the mirror actually gets turned towards you, that's when this therapist says it goes south.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came in as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
What do you think?
I think there's truth to it. I mean, when it comes to apologizing, you don't feel like you need to apologize unless you're wrong. Or unless you hurt the person and you actually see it, and then you're like, man, and you reflect and then you apologize.
Yeah.
But to come out and just apologize, just like the other day, remember when we were talking?
Yeah.
And like, if you feel like you're owed an apology, but that person isn't sympathetic enough to give it to you, then we can't really wrap our head around that and empathize with that. So it's hard to give a false apology, because do we really mean it?
Yeah.
Is that something just sent to appease you? Does it make you feel better?
Yeah. For one, y'all would like us to apologize, or we would like other people to apologize to us just to make us feel better, whether or not they want it, whether or not they feel that way anyway. But then we want them to make it seem like it's what's the word? Genuine.
Yeah.
So, but I think it goes back to what I was saying before. Like, well, actually, more so what you were saying. When you were saying that, like, we need to convince you why you're wrong, and if I don't convince you why you're wrong, then you're not going to admit it, or you're not going to understand the information. You're not going to absorb the information, because I haven't proved to you that what I'm saying is significant enough for you to change your opinion. The problem when it comes to therapy, though, is when you go into couples therapy, you've already decided that you need an outside source to come in and listen and analyze what's going on, and then be able to tell you how to improve or what areas you can change.
Yeah.
The problem where we come into is when you, meaning you, the man or the woman,
Mhm.
are not willing to receive it. And a lot of times it's just because you don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because your emotions are attached to what you're saying and you don't want to be wrong. So even though we've gone to this therapy, I can't admit that I'm wrong, even though I've come to this therapy and therefore validated that the therapist has significant amount of say in what is true. And that's where we come into conflict.
And a lot of times, the reason why one of the partners leave like couples therapy is because they go because they want to ally, and once that person is the opposing side,
Mhm.
and it's like 2 against 1,
Yeah.
then they end up leaving.
Yeah. But what gets me is it's like so a lot of times people will be like, "Oh yeah, see, the therapist is right. I've been telling you this. I've been telling you that."
Yeah.
But then the therapist says something about me, and it's like, no, I accept the part that you said was wrong with him, but I don't accept that part.
Yeah.
So this week you were telling him why he was wrong, and I'm all that would you. And then next week it's like, I don't think this is the right therapist for us. This therapist don't even know what they talk about. I looked them up on Google and they got 2 stars. That's because you gave them a half a star and it reduced their star rating. It's a shame. But it goes both ways. But she was talking about how it is with women. And I see it a lot.
Yeah.
And we go through it all the time too. It's like I have to 100% make you get you to understand what I'm saying. But after all that is like, well, for me to have to convince you that much, if I got to convince you that much, that means you don't really trust anything or trust what I was saying, trust me enough to say that I have any validity in the things that I say.
It don't be like that.
That's
like,
the way
I be
it
trusting you.
seems.
But I mean, if it doesn't make sense to me, then it's not something that I can grasp or comprehend.
Yeah.
So how am I gonna align my mind to thinking, okay?
And that's what comes into conflict with what I was saying last week about Jeezy and Devon Franklin. When you come up against, when you are trying to work with someone who has practice in making decisions that are proven to be successful, and that makes them a qualified leader, and you're not willing to change your direction and go in the direction that leader is going, that leader is going to continue to move on their path, and you are going to you're going to have to catch a ride somewhere else. And I think that's another reason why we have such a high divorce rate.
Yeah.
Because people are going in 2 different directions, and neither one is willing to follow the other.
Nobody's on the same page.
Exactly. But follow the other. So don't say you want a leader if you're not going to be a follower.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be led.
Nobody wants to be led.
That's the hard part.
Exactly.
And that role has to be interchangeable. So it can't just be like one person.
Yeah.
It just can't be just one person just leading.
Well, it depends on who has the most experience in that specific area. Because if you don't have the experience and I do, and you're just telling me that you want to go in this direction because that's how you feel, and I'm telling you that based on my experience and what I know to be true, that's not the right way to go, I would be insane to follow you when I know you're going into the swamp, but the grasslands are over here.
If I learned anything, I learned that you shouldn't trust your emotions. Emotions and intuition are 2 different things.
Exactly.
Your intuition is your gut feeling, like that won't lead you wrong.
Right.
But when you lean on emotions, that's where you get messed up, because your emotions are ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to differentiate between the two.
Yeah. Emotions
Never
change.
trust your emotions.
Emotions can change 100 times in a day.
Yep, it's like
that don't mean you just stop doing what you're doing when
Mhm.
obviously what you're doing logically makes sense to be successful.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I'm tired. I can't. Oh. It's
Never
an
make
emotion.
choices off of emotion.
Yep. All right. Unless you have anything else to add, I think I did have something else to add, but I can't remember. I forgot. Oh, what do you think? Do you think women check out of counseling when the doctor tells them that they're wrong or need to make adjustments?
Mhm.
Or do you think it's that what the doctor, the therapist was saying wasn't valid? Also, last thing, hit number 1 in the chat if you think yams and sweet potatoes
Oh
are
my
the same
gosh.
thing. We've been talking about this for almost a week now. Yams and sweet potatoes. The girl Trish says yams and sweet potatoes are completely different.
It
I
is.
say yams are sweet potatoes, and there are different types of yams, which are also called sweet potatoes. The yam family is sweet potatoes. Like they're
No.
one and the same. And then there's different colors of sweet potatoes and slash yams. But sweet potatoes and yams are both the same thing.
It's not. There's yam and then there's sweet potatoes. It's 2 different things. 2 different things.
You know what?
I don't know how they just mingle.
I'm gonna have to open up my botany book and look deep into that.
We're going to have to, because I don't know how they mingle the 2 together. Maybe they come from like the same genius or something, but
Yeah.
it's not the same.
There's different species of yams,
Mhm.
but they're in the yam family.
I can see that. But
Yeah.
to say a yam,
But the yam
and a
is
sweet potato
also
is the
like
same,
the
I don't
yam
think
is.
so.
I think the yam is the yam is an actual title or
Mhm.
real name, and sweet potato is just a
Like
pseudo
a
name.
generic, like brand and generic.
Yeah, but no more so like, okay, I can call a piece of bread or a roll. It's just a choice of how you
roll.
use the word. Yeah, like a roll, like a dinner roll, a dinner roll and
Like
a
a
Hawaiian.
biscuit.
No,
That's a biscuit.
no, a dinner roll and a Hawaiian bread are both rolls.
Those are biscuits.
Those are not. What are you
They're
talking about?
biscuits.
No, biscuits are made with flour
No.
and love and biscuits are, unless you come them out the Pillsbury can, they make from scratch.
Those are biscuits.
There's a different. that biscuit and dinner roll
Somebody
is not
tell
the same
him.
thing. Oh my God! Look, we finna get out of here. This is ridiculous. Biscuit and dinner roll is 2 different things, and biscuit, dinner roll, and cornbread are 3 different things.
Oh,
That's
man.
not the same thing.
It's not.
Oh, see now I'm on the opposite side with saying it's not the same thing. Biscuit, dinner roll, and cornbread, 3 different things.
Mm-mm.
All 3 are bread though. See what I'm
Oh
saying?
no.
They are all bread.
Oh, well, cornbread. Let me see.
Cornbread,
Yeah, okay.
biscuit,
Cornbread's like
roll.
muffins. All right, we're gonna get off of this because we're gonna be on this all night.
All right.
Thank you for watching. We love you for your support.
Yes.
I'm your girl Trish.
I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are
Black Press.